Dear Sindhians and friends, our chief guest Yuvraj, along with the President Sobha, have arrived. Please welcome them and give them a big round of applause. करताल ध्वनि से उनका स्वागत करें. Now we would request our chief guest Yuvraj to kindly light the lamp, deep prajwalit करें, and inaugurate Scindia Networking and Leadership Conclave. मंजुल बादल जी प्लीज दीप प्रज्वलित करें. श्री मानिक प्रभु जी से भी मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि काइंडली श्री शंगलू साहब से भी मेरा निवेदन है कि वो भी काइंडली मैं मिश्रा जी से भी निवेदन करूंगा कि वो भी हमें अनुग्रहित करें. वेंकट दीप प्रज्वलन के बाद हमारा अनुग्रह रहेगा कि कृपा करके स्टेज पे पधारें. युवराज, प्रेसिडेंट सोबा दिल्ली चैप्टर, प्रेसिडेंट सेंट्रल सोबा, पवन, प्लीज. Now we will have our school song very close to our heart. ऋषि गालव की तपस्थली पर. ऋषि गालव की तपस्थली पर बसे हुए अभिराम, वे तीर्थ है ज्ञान तीर्थ है, हे विद्या के धाम. शिक्षार्जनरत छात्र देश के हर प्रदेश के वासी, भाषा और संस्कृति के संगम समता प्रेम प्रकाशी. भारत की आत्मा से चित्रित, भारत की आत्मा से चित्रित, हे गुरुकुल के ग्राम. पुण्य तीर्थ है ज्ञान तीर्थ है, हे विद्या के धाम. मान तेली और सास बहू मंदिर की मनहर झांकी, गंगोला रानी सूरज समसर की शोभा बाकी. नीम चमेली और शिरीष के सुरभ Dear Sindhians, now President Soba Delhi Venkatesh Agarwal would honor our Yuvraj by giving a token of our 125 anniversary, and since now he would be known as Sindhian Yuvraj. Dear Sindhian Yuvraj, Member Board of Governors, Honorable Principal, Sindhians and friends. Soba Delhi chapter, supported by our Central Soba and the sponsors, have taken a great initiative in organizing this amazing network and leadership conclave for 2 days, with the theme of transforming the future by enabling leaders of tomorrow. We would be hearing the words of wisdom from more than 50 speakers who are leaders in their own field. We would participate and witness a great art auction and Sham-e-Rekhta and many more activities. Yuvraj and Sindhian, you would have noticed broad smile on each and every face and felt load of memories in this house. These are reminder of our Sindhian spirit, which is being passed for 125 years. These 2 days would be of learning and networking with a purpose. और वो स्कूल के दिन, इन सब के साथ ढेर सारी यादें। वो बचपन के दिन भी क्या खूब थे, न दोस्ती का मतलब पता था, न मतलब की दोस्ती थी। Now, may I request our hard-working and ever-smiling President Delhi Soba, Venkatesh Agarwal, to give an inaugural speech. Please give him a big hand. Please. Dear friends, we have an amazing scarf today, and that was the gift to be given, to be rechristened to Yuvraj as a Sindhian, along with the token. This scarf has been designed by Mr. Thakur from Abraham and Thakur brand. So I would request now President to give this scarf and kindly tie a scarf to him, please. This scarf has been especially designed for this occasion. So please give big hand to Mr. Thakur as well. Now may I request our President to kindly say a few words, many more words.
Oh, this is a tough thing. Sorry, we'll take 2 minutes. Okay. Good morning, everyone. All the Sindhians, Yuvraj, distinguished guests, Principal Saab, and all member board of governors. I am honored to welcome you all to the inaugural session of the Business and Networking Conclave organized by the Delhi chapter of SOBA. The theme of the event is transforming the future by enabling the leaders of tomorrow. We live in an era of constant change, and the only way to stay relevant is by being prepared for the adapt and accept the changes. The business landscape is evolving rapidly, and this conclave aims to equip the leaders of tomorrow with the knowledge, skills, and network they need to thrive in the dynamic environment. As alumni of the Sindhya School, we have received an excellent education that has laid the foundation of our success. This conclave is an opportunity to come together, share our experience, and learn from each other. Our alma mater has produced some of the brightest minds, and it's the time to leverage that talent pool and create a community of forward-thinking individuals who can drive change in the business world. Over the next 2 days, we will be hearing from the experts who will share their knowledge on topics such as innovation, leadership, and latest trends in the business. We will also have workshops and panel discussion where you can interact with these experts and gain insight into their experiences. Networking is a critical component of any business, and this conclave provides a platform to connect with the like-minded individuals who share your vision and passion. You will have the opportunity to expand your network and build relationships that will be beneficial to your career. The future belongs to those who are willing to take risks, innovate, and adapt to change. As a leader of tomorrow, it is our responsibility to be prepared to face the challenges that lies ahead. This conclave is an excellent opportunity to start that journey and transform the future. I would also like to thank all my colleagues of the Delhi Soba, Central Soba, and sponsors, and all those who have contributed to making this event a reality. I hope you enjoy the sessions and make new connections and leave with valuable insight that will help you become better leaders. We are also organizing an auction of which the charity will go to the school. Hereby, I would like to request Yuvraj to come and please say a few words.
Firstly, I'd like to say thank you for everyone for coming this morning and gathering to celebrate and commemorate 125 years of our school. It's a very, very big occasion, and I'm very happy to see so many old boys from Delhi. So congratulations and thank you all for coming. The topic at hand today, transforming the future by enabling leaders of tomorrow. I think it's important to understand, what enabling means. For me, in the context of today's world, enabling means not only giving the right tools to people and students, but also how to use those tools. An example of that is education. You can be in the best school and get the best education. But unless you know how to use and apply the education that you learn, you can never be a successful leader. And that is one of the key problems in our country today. Although we have the best top educations, the IITs, etc., our primary school and our secondary school education is a very archaic system. We still rely on the term rutting before an exam. Now, once you rut an exam and you rut the formula, you don't know how to use it in real life, you can never be successful. And that is there's a paradigm shift between the education system in India today and what it is in the US. And I experienced that when I went to study in the US for 4 years. Instead of learning the formula, you were taught how the formula was actually created and the application of that formula, or a particular theory, whether it's in political science or economics or environmental studies, something that I was passionate about. Today's world faces many challenges, whether it's environment, climate change, health, poverty, unemployment, and the integration of technology and design into our country. India has done very well on certain of these parameters. If you think about education and literacy, there has been a huge focus and shift to promote education and make people go to school. Whether it's unemployment, from 2005 till date, we have reduced our employment to 5%. Whether it is poverty, 500 million people from 2005 to 2020 have moved below the poverty line to a better income. That is almost 50% of the country. Whether it's health, there has been a huge focus on health as well. But in order to create successful leaders of tomorrow, like I said, we need to prepare them with the right experience and the right education, because these challenges are ever evolving and we need to be prepared to tackle them. Between the ever advancing technologies and a pandemic, work is evolving at an unprecedented rate. With that, the skills that are and will be the most valuable in the workplace are also evolving. And we can only create the next generation of principal leaders by giving them the tools from various disciplines and enabling them to question conventional wisdom. And technical know-how isn't the only valuable skill set today. The most needed skill sets for rising leaders are truly human skills that can't readily be duplicated by machines. Some of these skills are critical thinking, curiosity, creativity, entrepreneurial thinking, collaborating, and complex problem solving. Today, I'm happy to say that at least parts of these skill sets are being developed in Scindia School today. For example, we have created a new ecological environment and community through getting experts from India working on a rewilding project, working on a nursery, and also teaching students the importance of the environment. This community also has students from multidisciplinaries, whether it's a person who's focusing on physics, on math, on biology, on economics. You've got various backgrounds coming together and working on a rewilding project. Now, in the future as well, this is something that's really important when you're tackling a problem. And that's why, from my experience, when you look at consulting or investment banking, the hiring is done from different backgrounds. It's not necessary that you need to have an economics degree or a finance degree to become an investment banker. You can have an arts degree, a Bachelor of Arts degree. You can have an architectural degree. You can have a history degree. But they will still take you. Why? Because you always bring a different perspective. And also when you're approaching clients, it gives you a basis to talk to the client about. So if a client is interested in history, although you're part of investment banking firm, you can connect with the client over a topic on history. So this idea has been constant even in the US, and I think it's something that needs to be evolved in India. And I'm very happy that in this India school we have taken this approach, this multidisciplinary approach, and also teaching students the value of application of theory. When you're learning about physics, for example, when you're learning about chemistry, you're thinking about photosynthesis, you're thinking about how particular rays of light fall on a particular plant and how that affects photosynthesis. So there are different angles that you can bring about in education and learn from. And when you apply that, there's a stronger learning. Then there's no need to rut anything up. I'll give you an example of my own, actually, my own experience. I went to Doon School. Of course, many of you won't be happy with that. But like the Scindia School, it taught me to be rooted. It taught me, the values of the Indian system. Then I went to college abroad, which taught me, like I've been saying, the importance of this application, the importance of networking, the importance of learning from conversations rather than learning only from a book. When I came back to India, I decided to work in a consulting firm. Why? Because I thought that it would give me an experience in different sectors in India so that I could really understand my country better and understand the challenges and also how to come about solutions to those challenges. Like I said, when I was at BCG, I had friends from various backgrounds, from different colleges, from different courses, and it was really interesting conversing with them because whenever we approached a problem, there would always be a different view. And conversing on those problems and really understanding their perspective was really important and really opened my mind and my horizon. But also, the company gave me another skill set, which is analytical tools, which is understanding operational efficiencies, understanding different businesses, and the different business in the context of India. While I was working there, and I learned these skills, I decided that, I had a little bit of an entrepreneurial ambition. And I thought that now I could use these skill sets that I've learned in something that I myself am passionate about. And a sector that I've been passionate about has been agriculture. And while I was working at BCG, I started analyzing what are the various trends that are coming out in India today post-COVID. And one of the trends that I saw coming out is this sudden rise in B2C businesses, this direct-to-consumer businesses. And that came about because of a lockdown. You couldn't go anywhere. So all you could do was sit on your phone and order whatever you wanted. However, these businesses had some operational issues when I analyzed them. Two major issues that came about from my analysis was that number one, they had very high logistics costs. So when you're working in an agricultural company, this new trend is that we go directly to the farmers. And when you go directly to the farmers, you have a huge logistics cost from the farmer to your FPO, from the FPO to your warehouse, and from your warehouse after sorting and packaging directly to your consumer. So there are three layers of logistics costs, which turn out to be almost 15%. On top of that, when you're working in this sector, there is about an industry average of 18% of wastage, which is extremely high. And these two factors have led to many companies in this sector burning cash. And you're seeing these bloated valuations, you're seeing high burning. And when I really studied this, I realized these two were the fundamental key problems to that burn, and making them an unsuccessful business. Although you had a lot of penetration, a lot of users, generating a mass revenue, you weren't able to be profitable. And the last point was actually that the hiring was very different. The hiring was very top heavy, which meant that you had a huge base of CEO and CFO kind of quality of people, but a very minimal base of lower level employees. So all these factors created a lot of issues for these companies. And then I thought to myself, why not understand what's happening on the ground? So I went on the ground to survey a lot of people and understand what is the trends that are coming out from the customer side. And one of the trends that I found, which was quite interesting in India, very different to what you find in the US or Europe, is that customers in India do not like pre-packaged goods. Here we like to pick and choose our own products. And that is a key fundamental difference in the models between India and the rest, or Asia in fact, and the rest of the world. And so this direct-to-consumer pre-packaged was not really working in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, although it may work in a tier 1 city like Delhi, Bombay, etc. In tier 2 and tier 3 cities, it wasn't working. Because, for example, I have a dinner tonight, and I need to order some vegetables. I've created my menu, and I order the vegetables, and I realize at 6 p.m. when it's delivered, I don't like the quality. Now, my whole dinner, what do I make? So that's the kind of questions that were coming out of the survey that I did. And when I dug deeper, I came to realize that all these companies were reinventing the wheel for no reason. Why? Because India has actually the largest distribution of fresh produce, and we aren't enabling this sector. And what is this largest distribution? This largest distribution of fresh produce is actually not your Swiggy, your Dunzo, your Zepto on bikes delivering products, but it's actually a community that has been very underserved and not looked at, which is your Thelawala community. You all must be seeing many Thelawalas in your colonies, your neighborhoods. Forget tier 2 and tier 3 cities, in Delhi and Bangalore itself. And these guys have loyal customers. They go every day, purchase vegetables from the mandi, put it on their cart, they push their carts to the closest colonies and neighborhoods, and build a relationship with people there. And those people constantly buy from them. And again, one of the reasons is that I can pick and choose my own vegetables, and I have a relationship with my vendor who knows the quality and the price of vegetables that I generally order. So I thought to myself, why not work with this community and enable this community to deliver fresh produce when that is what the customers want? And you don't need to sit and pay on logistics, you don't need to sit and pay your drivers, you don't need to sit and pay anyone, so your costs depreciate a lot. So I came up with this model, which I'm working on now. And the startup is called, it's called My Mandi. So what we do is, we bring these Thelawalas online through a discovery app, and we only work in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. and we provide them with a procurement service. So they don't need to go to the mandi anymore and spend 6 hours in the mandi looking for good quality produce. They just order on a call to one of our customer service representatives, and we set up their whole account on our back end. And in the morning at 6:30, all their produce is delivered, and they are happy to sell because they get it at market rate. It's not like I'm charging anything extra, no delivery cost. So they actually end up saving 15 to 20,000 rupees per month by onboarding onto this platform, because they don't have any delivery costs and they have minimal wastage. So you're working with this community, creating a model that benefits everyone. It benefits the suppliers, it benefits the thelawalas, and it benefits the end customers. So in synopsis, this is the kind of thinking that we need to inculcate in the future leaders of tomorrow, to really dig down deep into our country, to really understand what we're learning in the classroom, to apply that knowledge in day-to-day life, to generate that entrepreneurial spirit. Because once we do that, we will create an ecosystem that doesn't require foreign powers to enter our country. Today, we may be thinking, oh, we need unemployment. Now let's get in big companies. Let's get in a Tesla, to open up a plant to, get more jobs. If we start this whole innovation cycle, this whole startup ecosystem, you won't need to do that. You'll have employment being generated from within India itself, which is the kind of push we are seeing today. I'm surprised that now I'm in this kind of startup ecosystem. I'm surprised to see the amount of innovation that is coming out of India, and the kinds of ideas, the kinds of products. And also on the other side, I'm very happy to see that there has been a huge increase in domestic investment. Earlier, a lot of us in the startup community relied on foreign direct investment because the Indian investor was a little hesitant, because it was a risky investment to make in a startup. But now you're seeing that whole dynamic change. You're seeing a huge push of Indian investors looking at Indian startups, promoting India. So that has been a huge change in the country's layout as well, from the investor side as well. And so we really need to take advantage of that and push this young community and really take advantage of our demographic dividend. 80% of our population is between the ages of 29 and 35. And that is a huge power that we possess today. If we're able to increase our productivity through upskilling, through education, and through promoting this innovation in India, I think we're in for a huge change, and already on the path of becoming one of the superpowers in the world today. So with that, I'd like to thank all the panelists that have come today. I think we all are very eager to listen to what they have to say on this topic as well. They're all very distinguished, very experienced, and I'm very happy to have them a part of this community today. I want to say thank you to the Old Boys community. I want to say thank you to our principals for also supporting this endeavor. And thank you for all of you to come today and being a part of this program and commemorate this 125th year. So let's all come together and bring about this huge change and enable the youngsters of India. Thank you.
Good morning, Sindhians. A better response, otherwise I'll carry on like this. Good morning, Sindhians. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so just before I start on Yuvrajji, there's one incident that I'd like to tell you about Doon School. While we were growing up, while we were growing up at school, and your grandfather used to visit us, and one of those occasions when he was visiting our house, all my batchmates got together and asked him, "Sir, why have you sent your son to Doon School?" And he told us, well, I wanted him to know how is it being educated in the second best school in the country. So we are happy that you got educated there. Okay, on behalf of the Scindia Old Boys Association, I would like to welcome Yuvraji, Mahanaryaman Scindia, all the panelists taking part in the various sessions today and tomorrow. Principal Scindia School, Shri Ajay Singh Ji, Principal SKV, Ms. Nishi Mishra, our teachers, my seniors, my juniors, ladies and gentlemen, last but never the least, the SKVians in the house. Finally, the 125th year celebrations have gained momentum, and we have a series of events have lined up till the finale on the 22nd of October 2023. Most of you can note it. There are lots of events coming up, and when we started, we didn't know how this 125th celebrations would go, and we had a small meeting, and everyone of us was confused. Only thing that I told them was कि यार कौन कहता है कि आसमान में छेद नहीं होता, एक पत्थर तो तबीयत से उछालो यारों. So we divided the two-tier system into a three-tier system, and we made them into zones. So all our 27 chapters were converted into 5 zones: north, south, east, west, and central. So the programs that are coming up zone-wise is we had a golf tournament. The first is the north zone. It is headed by Mr. Pawan Bansal, Jivaji 1973, and he's doing a great job at that. You could all give him a good round of applause for this. So we had a golf tournament in October, which was powered by Delhi Soba. We had the first badminton championship powered by Noida Soba in January. We had distribution of woolens by Gurgaon Soba. We have the big Delhi Conclave happening as we speak. The next coming up is the weekend of Good Friday, 7th, 8th, and 9th, with the rallies back. We are driving from Noida to Orcha. The FGPS Symposium is coming up in July, powered by Delhi Soba again. There is a car expedition going from Chandigarh to Leh for 15 days, powered by Soba North. That is Punjab. Coming down to the South Zone, it is headed by Ashfaq Rauf, Madhav 1975. The 125th year celebrations were kicked off by Bangalore Soba on the 8th of May 2022 with a golf event where 4 schools participated. And this one is very close to my heart. So Bangalore Soba is first time organizing a super seniors weekend in end of August for all our seniors, and we'll be celebrating a weekend with all the seniors in Bangalore. West Zone, it is headed by Rupen Vikamsi, Madhav 1985. He's here with us. Nagpur did a distribution of woolens to the needy in January. Nagpur is again hosting a medical conclave on health headed by Dr. Sanjay Kolte in August. And there is a huge business conclave, a Shark Tank kind of event coming up in Bombay in September 2023. It will be in and around Bombay. Dates are yet to be announced. The East Zone, headed by Mr. Arun Bhagat, Mahaji 1974. In November, the Calcutta Soba organized a car holiday in Jhargram. In August, for the spiritual people of the house, Allahabad and Calcutta Soba is organizing a spiritual event at Mathura, Vrindavan in May. April and May, the Central Soba Executive Committee is being held at Calcutta. Coming down to the 5th Central Zone, which is headed by Mr. Rajiv Wadhwa, JIG 85. Lucknow Soba did a facilitation of Justice Sanjay Mishra, the Madhav Awardee. The distribution of medicines and blankets were done in January. Kanpur Soba is holding the Scythian Sojourn 2 at Khajuraho on the 25th and 26th of June. All are welcome. There is a talk on the 1st of October called The Eminence Speaks, and it is an online webinar of the Madhav Awardees. And the finale will be at Gwalior. We will be doing an awards, Central Soba will be doing an awards night in October to facilitate all our achievers of all the years, starting from the 60s till now. And we also congratulate Mr. Gagan Khosla for his 6,000-kilometer ride for Soba and for Save the Children. Thank you, Aziz here. Thank you, sir. There was a huge initiative that was started at school called the Green Evathlon, and it was on the 28th of Jan at school. Over 700 children from 12 schools participated, and we have, Central Soba have joined the mission climate called the Green Evathlon, where we are planning to improve 1% of breathable air in every city. And every child who participates grows a tree at home. That's how we achieve this target. The next we are going to is the city of Chandigarh on 22nd of April. So all these are the activities which are coming up. and lots of things to look forward to. But for now, let's enjoy the 2 days ahead of us. And I would take this opportunity to thank all members of SOBA, the executive committee, the zonal heads, Director Alumni, Mr. Atul Takle, my central team, Sachin and Sandeep, for their love and support for making this happen. And last but not the least, a huge round of applause to the entire Delhi SOBA team led by Mr. Venkatesh Agarwal, Gurtek, Indameet sir, Anurag, Manish, Pawan, Ruchira, whoever, I'm sorry if I've forgotten the names, Malhotra sir, senior. Let's have fun for the 2 days. Again, to end my things, the Sindhians, our motto, together forever, Jai Sindhya, Jai Hind.
Yuvraj, Principals Ajay Singh and Nishri Mishra, SOBA Presidents Banjul and Venkat, dear Shriji, panelists and delegates. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the conclave of Delhi SOBA NCR. I know speeches can be awfully dull and boring, and here I am doing just that. So I'll keep it short. Our alma mater, the Scindia School, is celebrating 125 years of its founding. Delhi SOBA celebrates this milestone with a conclave titled Transforming the Future by Enabling the Leaders of Tomorrow. Transforming the future by enabling leaders of tomorrow. So our school enables the leaders of tomorrow, and the leaders are right here in front of me. How wonderful. Friends, the team of SOBA Delhi has worked very hard to put this event in place. Sindhis like Shaumitro, Venkat, Ruchira, Indermeet, Gaurav deserve special mention, as do Gurtek, Manish, Anurag, Ankit, Anshul, and Najib, and most significantly, Suren sir. This is our first big event. I've been watching the team very closely. They've worked very hard. So if you detect some glitches in the flow, do not be hard on them. Just applaud. Enjoy the conclave, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Please give a big hand to our Yuvraj, Sindhian. And to Venkatesh, our Central SOBA President, and Pawan. Thank you so much, sir, for coming over and facing our With this,